Am I the asshole for suing a girl knowing it will ruin her future? I, 21 male, have a severe allergy to coffee. It's so bad that even the smell can cause breathing issues. A few weeks ago, I had a fight, verbal, no one hit another, with a girl in my lab group in a project, and when others said she was wrong, she blamed everyone of taking my side because she was a girl. Which makes no sense because there were 5 girls and 1 boy in our group, not counting the 2 of us. 2 weeks ago, she replaced the tea in my bottle with coffee without telling anyone except one of her friends who was in on the joke. The thing is, everyone on the group knows that I'm allergic to coffee since I had to leave the lab a few times because it was smelling enough to cause swelling in my throat, and that's why I was leaving every time someone brought coffee over. I took a big sip from the bottle, not knowing what she did, and immediately couldn't breathe and had to be hospitalized for a few days. Now, since it was a deadly allergy and she knew I was allergic this badly, school has already suspended her and is waiting to see if I'm going to sue her. Even after all this time, the first thing she said was I shouldn't have made her look bad in front of others. The problem is if I sue her, she won't be able to go to any college and neither in my country or another country since it will ban her and leave her permanent mark on her record as counting as attempted murder. I didn't think I was in the wrong until someone called me a bastard for ruining a girl's life over a prank. So am I the asshole? My girlfriend bleeds period juice all over my apartment. I'm 24 male and my girlfriend is 22 female. Several months ago, she got into this new method of dealing with her periods called free bleeding. It's basically where you don't wear any pads or tampons, no menstrual products for that matter, and just let the blood flow wherever. Initially, when she told me about this, I was kind of okay with it as long as she contained it in her underwear or laid on towels. But then I started noticing period stains here and there. On the couch, drops on the floor, even on the bed sheets. The stain started soaking into the mattress. I didn't want to embarrass her, so I didn't say anything until the room actually started accumulating a very weird odor. She said that she would start cleaning it, but never did. She started free bleeding into my boxers, and when I told her I wasn't comfortable with that, she basically said all of her underwear was soaked and she didn't have anything else. I'd had enough and told her I wanted her to wear pads or tampons like an adult if she couldn't contain her messes. She said her cramps were less severe doing stuff this way and that she didn't want to stop. Also said it was childish to act this way about some period stains. I told her it was disgusting and that blood is still a biohazard regardless of where it comes from. She got offended, said I was calling her dirty, and we started arguing. I gave her an ultimatum to use menstrual products or to get out of my apartment and we'd be done. She hasn't talked to me since and I really don't want to break up with her, but I'm just so grossed out and can't deal with the smell. Those boxers were high quality too.
I decided with my wife's agreement that because we now have a biological son, it is better to give the firstborn bio son the family name. Am I the asshole for changing my adopted son's name back to his original birth name after my bio son was born? Pregnancy and birth was kind of a miracle. So for background, my name is August Clementine V. My name goes back 5 generations now and has always been my plan to make my son August Clementine VI. Well, wife and I were horrified to find out I was essentially firing blanks and was told I would essentially never be able to father kids. Heartbreaking. We started the adoption process right away, looking in mostly foreign countries so it would go faster, and we were able to adopt a baby boy from Vietnam. His first name was Tien, but my wife agreed to change his name to August Clementine VI. We also agreed we would let nature take its course because miracles can happen. We always called Tien by his birth name, so did family, school, church, etc., even though his legal name was my name. Well, 7 years later, a miracle did happen, and my wife turned up unexpectedly pregnant. We have a healthy, beautiful, amazing biological son who we love just as obviously much as we love Tien. Like a biological son, like the fact that you keep referring to him as bio son, just a lot of red flags right there. Like when you adopt a kid, like you shouldn't bio or not, like that's your kid now. I decided with my wife's agreement that because we now have a biological son, it is better to give the firstborn bio son the family name. We have gone through the procedures to get Tien's name legally changed, and our bio son has August Clementine VI on his birth certificate. Tien doesn't understand or care. To him, it was a fun day, and he liked playing with the judge's gavel. We didn't really tell anyone, but we had to tell the school. Somehow, word got out from the busybody at the school and made it back to Tien's soccer team, and we are now essentially social pariahs at the subject of massive gossip. R-word, W supremacists, accusations of not loving Tien enough. We've heard it all through closed mouth and hushed tones. It's gotten so bad we are considering moving Tien to a new team, but his 3 best friends play on the team and he would be heartbroken. Am I the asshole here? Yeah, you for sure are. You can't use your child as a placeholder. When you adopted him, you should have looked at him as your son regardless of biological or not. To carry on your family name bullshit. Oh my god.
Am I the asshole for suggesting that my friend wears a bra or thicker shirt before coming over? I have a 6-month-old and just started allowing visitors. My best friend came to visit and I texted her suggesting she wear a bra or thick shirt if she plans to hold my son because he grabs nipples very hard and my friend has hers pierced and has told me that they're super sensitive. I explained this to her and she ignored my messages, but she came over anyway. Nipples poking through shirt and my 6-month-old was staring hands ready. I offered to give her a sweater and she looked at me sideways and suggested I was sexualizing her breasts and she isn't covering up. I explained that wasn't the case, but she didn't want to hear me. I respected her decision and asked if she still wants to hold the baby. She grabbed my son from me and within 5 minutes he had a death grip on her nipples and she jumped up and screamed in pain and pulled him off of her. I said that's why I suggested a bra. This made her even more mad and said, "No, you suggested that because you're a misogynist." I was so confused and she left abruptly. She keeps telling our mutual friends that I was sexualizing her breasts and was trying to make her wear a bra, or that I wouldn't welcome her, but that isn't at all what happened. Am I missing something? I feel like her reaction is really uncalled for. Am I the asshole for showing up to my ex's house after our daughter sent me a concerning message? My ex and I split when our daughter 13 was about 2 and have always had split custody 50-50. My ex remarried when our daughter was 5 and now has 2 younger kids. Her husband also has a son our daughter's age. I pay for a phone for her so she can keep in contact with both of us. She's smart with it and it's never been an issue before. When she's at her mom's, she texts me quite a bit. She has cats here that she wants to be updated on mostly. Anyway, I dropped her off at school on Monday and her mom picked her up as usual. She texted me on and off through school and once more when she was picked up, but I didn't hear from her again that day. It was strange. She always messages me before bed, but I brushed it off. She's grown up. She'll stop texting me goodnight one day. On Tuesday, no messages again, so I shoot a text to her mom who doesn't reply. After school, I finally get a text from my daughter, which literally reads, "Daddy, help." That's it, no response after I message her back. Obviously, I'm thinking 101 things. I text her mom and call her, no reply. So I hop in my car and drive over, and she's fine. Ish. She sees me, comes bolting out, asks if I can bring her home. I have a lot of questions, but apparently so does her stepdad. He comes storming out, asks what I think I'm doing, etc. It's their week, I shouldn't be picking her up yet. I explain my issue, he gets all big guy, and yells at my daughter for scaring me, which was not taken lightly by me. Anyway, turns out there was an electronics detox and all electronics have been locked away. My daughter got upset on Monday night and her stepbrother made fun of her, which continued through the next day at school. She snuck onto her phone when she got home to text me, but got caught and had it locked away further. Her mom got home a few minutes after the initial argument, and I told her she shouldn't be doing something like this with my daughter without my approval. That phone is my property, and I say she can use it to contact me if need be. Lock it up during the day if you must, but let her say goodnight at least. She apologized for that, but stuck by her husband in the fact that I shouldn't have just shown up. Am I the asshole for sending my coworker into anaphylactic shock? I'm at a loss here, guys. Realistically, I know I'm in the clear. Legally, I'm in the clear. But I'm being vilified by my coworkers and I'm genuinely considering quitting my job because of this mess. So I work a pretty standard day job, and at night, I help my friend at her restaurant where serves an assortment of Thai cuisine. To be honest, I'm insanely picky, but I fell in love with this peanut sauce the main chef makes, and he showed me how to make it, so about once a week, I take it on either noodles or stir fry for my day job to lunch. People know this, and a handful have tried it. It smells nutty, and it tastes nutty. It's white girl pad thai, basically. Lately, my lunches have been disappearing, or I'll open my lunchbox to find that half the food is missing. I've tried addressing it, but nothing has been changing, and I was pretty sure it was one of the new hires that was doing it, but had no proof until now. Thursday, I took my noodles, and my entire Tupperware was missing, which hasn't happened before. I'm pissed, but what can I do? A coworker shared her pizza with me, and that was that, until today. My boss confronted me and accused me of poisoning my noodles because his daughter, one of the new girls, borrowed my lunch and had to be hospitalized. Turns out she's severely allergic to nuts, ate some, and boom, anaphylaxis. She used an EpiPen, had to be hospitalized, and now her dad is trying to hold me accountable for her bills and condition, but I didn't see it. Why should I pay? I don't mark my food as an allergen because I'm not allergic to it. She was just dumb enough to steal from me and eat something she can't have. But he's being hateful, and some of my older coworkers are icing me out because I warned him I'd report any harassment to HR if he tried anything funny. Brown nosers, I guess. My friend is aware and offered me a full-time job, but I just can't help feel that it's unfair. At the same time, I could have killed his daughter though. So am I the asshole?